Have you ever felt like your body just isn't keeping up the way it used to, even though you're still doing most things the same? Hi, I'm Dr. Emily Carter. For decades now, I've worked closely with folks just like you, people who want to stay active, sharp, and joyful as they grow older, not just get by. There's something I need to share with you. If you're between 65 and 80, there may be a quiet mistake you're making every single day, and you might not even know it. It seems harmless, but over time, it can drain your energy, weaken your body, and slowly take away the time you have to enjoy what matters most: your family, your freedom, your life. That's because as we age, our bodies change. And the truth is, some habits that felt fine in your 40s or 50s can start doing real damage in your 60s and beyond. Most people don't even notice until something starts to slip, and by then, it's already harder to reverse. That's why in this video, I'm going to walk you through 5 common habits that many older adults still do without realizing the impact. These habits can quietly chip away at your strength, your focus, and your well-being. But here's the good news. It's not too late to make a change. And please stay with me through the end. That last habit? Almost no one talks about it, but it might be the one that's holding you back the most. Now, before we dive in, if this kind of thoughtful, practical health advice feels helpful to you, I'd love for you to hit the subscribe button and tap the bell so we can stay connected. And if you're finding this useful already, just type a 1 in the comments. If it's not quite speaking to you yet, type 0. I'd really like to know how I can make these videos even more helpful for you and your loved ones. All right, take a breath. Let's begin. Mistake number 1, too much couch time. One of the worst things you can do for your body after 60 is sit around for too long. Now, you might be thinking, hey, I take a walk every day, so I'm staying active. But here's the kicker. Even if you get some daily exercise, parking yourself in a chair for hours at a time can still raise your risk of heart problems, weak muscles, and poor circulation. Studies show that too much sitting slows down your metabolism. It weakens your legs and your core, and it puts extra stress on your joints. And that can lead to more stiffness, daily aches and pains, and a higher chance of falling. Think about it. Have you ever stood up after sitting for a while and felt a little creaky in your knees or tight in your back? That's your body's way of telling you, I need more movement. When you sit too long, your blood flow slows down, your muscles stiffen, your joints get tight. Over time, it even increases your risk of gaining weight, developing clots, and having trouble with focus or memory. This is exactly what happened to George. He's 72. He thought his daily walk was enough. But over time, he noticed his legs were getting weaker, and his back pain was getting worse. His doctor explained it wasn't just about walking, it was about breaking up those long stretches of sitting. So George made a simple change. He set a timer and started getting up every 30 to 45 minutes, just a few stretches, a short walk, or even shifting around a bit. Within weeks, he felt less stiff, his circulation improved, and he had more energy in the afternoons. Here's a quick test for you. If you've been sitting for more than an hour, stand up right now. Roll your shoulders, stretch your legs, walk around for a few minutes. If you feel better right away, that's your proof. Your body needs more movement throughout the day, not just a trip to the gym. It's the little things that make the big difference. If you've been sitting too much, now is the time to change that. Standing up more often, stretching, moving around the house, even changing how you sit, it all helps. Mistake number 2, not getting enough protein. This is one of the most common slip-ups people make after 60, and it's costing them strength and energy. You might be thinking, I eat plenty of food, so I must be fine. But here's the truth. As we age, our bodies don't absorb or use protein as well as they used to. That means you actually need more protein to keep your muscles strong. If you're not paying attention, you could be losing muscle without even noticing. It's called sarcopenia, slow, steady muscle loss, and it's one of the biggest threats to staying independent after 60. The tricky part is, it creeps up slowly. One day, getting out of a chair feels a little harder. Carrying groceries takes more effort. Stairs start to feel like a challenge. And the real danger? Once you lose muscle, it's much harder to get it back. Weak muscles also mean weaker balance, and that makes falls and injuries much more likely. That's what happened to Richard, who's 68. He thought he was eating just fine. But over time, his legs felt wobbly. His arms looked thinner. He just didn't have the same get up and go. His doctor told him his muscles were starving because he wasn't getting enough protein. So Richard made a shift. He added more lean meats, eggs, beans, nuts, and protein-rich dairy to his meals. Within a few weeks, he felt stronger, more steady, more like himself again. Want to check your muscle strength right now? Try this. Stand up from your chair without using your hands. If that feels tough or you feel unsteady, it could be a sign your muscles are weakening. Your body may need more protein and a little strength training to stop that loss. So, if you're still eating like you did in your 40s or 50s, it's time to rethink things. More protein isn't just a good idea, it's essential. It's what helps you stay strong, move freely, and live life the way you want, on your terms. If you're still with me and finding this helpful, go ahead and type 2 in the comments below. I'd love to know you're here. Now let's move on to mistake number 3. Mistake number 3, ignoring sleep and throwing off your body's natural repair system. A lot of folks believe that needing less sleep is just part of getting older. But here's the truth. That idea is one of the biggest myths out there. Your body still needs quality sleep, not just to feel rested, but to help your memory, support your muscles, protect your heart, and keep your immune system strong. The problem is, as we get older, it's easy to slip into poor sleep habits, staying up late, falling asleep with the TV on, waking up in the middle of the night, or tossing and turning until morning. Over time, that kind of sleep adds up, and not in a good way. You might start feeling tired all day long. Your body gets more inflamed, and your risk of memory issues can quietly increase. Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night, stared at the ceiling, and couldn't fall back asleep? Or gotten a full night's rest, but still felt groggy and slow the next morning? That's a sign your body isn't getting the deep, refreshing kind of sleep it really needs, and the effects are serious. Studies show that poor sleep weakens your immune system, it increases your risk of heart disease, and it can speed up memory loss over time. Take Frank, for example. He's 71. For years, he figured sleeping less was just a normal part of aging. But after a while, he noticed he was dragging through the day. His thinking got foggy. His blood pressure started acting up. His doctor explained something simple. His body still needed deep, restful sleep, just like it always had. The difference was, now he needed to protect it more carefully. So Frank made a few small changes. He cut back on screen time before bed. He stopped drinking caffeine in the evening. And he built a peaceful nighttime routine. Within just a few weeks, everything changed. His energy bounced back. His mind felt clearer, and his whole body started to feel better. Not sure if your sleep is really doing its job? Here's a quick check-in. When you wake up in the morning, do you feel refreshed and ready to go? Or do you feel heavy, sluggish, like you need more time to get going? If you're dragging most mornings, chances are your sleep isn't working for you. And that's something you can fix, starting now. Good sleep isn't optional. It's one of the most powerful tools you have for staying sharp, staying strong, and protecting your long-term health. Mistake number 4, skipping strength and balance training. One of the biggest slip-ups people make after 60 is believing that walking alone is enough exercise. Now, don't get me wrong. Walking is great for your heart. It helps with mobility. It keeps your joints moving. But here's the thing. It doesn't do enough to keep your muscles strong, or your balance sharp, or prevent falls. As we age, our muscles naturally weaken. Our balance gets a little less steady. And unless we actively work to maintain both, our risk of falling goes way up. What most people don't realize is this. Falls are the #1 cause of injury in older adults. And they usually don't happen because your legs give out. They happen because your balance fades and your stabilizing muscles aren't being used. If you're not doing strength and balance exercises on a regular basis, your body slowly loses its ability to react. And that makes a simple misstep much more dangerous. Just ask Edward. He's 74. He walked every day, rain or shine. But one afternoon, he misjudged a step, lost his balance, and took a nasty fall. He didn't break any bones, but it really shook him. It left him feeling nervous, unsteady, and unsure of himself. When he talked to his doctor, he learned that walking alone wasn't enough. His balance was getting worse because he wasn't working the smaller stabilizer muscles that keep him steady on his feet. So, Edward started small. A few gentle strength exercises, a bit of core work, simple balance drills right at home. Within weeks, everything started to shift. He felt stronger, more in control, and a whole lot less afraid of falling. Now, strength training doesn't mean lifting heavy weights at the gym. It can be as simple as using resistance bands, doing squats with your own body weight, or even standing on one foot near a chair for support. The key is to challenge your muscles and your balance just enough to keep them active and responsive. Want to try a quick balance check right now? Stand near a countertop. Lift one foot just a few inches off the ground. And hold it. See if you can stay steady for at least 10 seconds. If that feels difficult, or if you wobble, that's your body telling you it needs help. And the sooner you start, the better your results will be. Your strength and your balance are your foundation. Without them, everyday movement gets harder, and independence starts to slip away. If you've been relying only on walking, it's time to make strength and stability training a real part of your routine, so you can stay active, confident, and out of harm's way. And if you're still watching and finding this helpful, type the number 4 in the comments to let me know you're here. Now, let's move on to our final mistake. Mistake number 5, ignoring hydration and letting your body slowly dry out. One of the most overlooked health risks after 60 is simply not drinking enough water. You might say, but I'm not thirsty that often. I must be fine. Here's the problem. As we age, our body's thirst signals get weaker, so you could already be dehydrated before you ever feel thirsty. And dehydration isn't just about feeling tired. It can cause joint pain, constipation, kidney issues, mental fog. And yes, it can even raise your risk of falling. That's because dehydration is sneaky. Most people assume that if they're drinking something throughout the day, coffee, tea, or water with meals, they're staying hydrated. But the truth is, by the time you feel thirsty, you're already behind on fluids. And when your body runs low on water, your muscles weaken, your joints lose their cushion. Your brain function slows down, leading to dizziness, poor focus, and a much higher chance of getting hurt. That's exactly what happened to Walter. He's 76. He thought he was drinking enough, coffee in the morning, a little water here and there. But over time, the signs crept in. More headaches, muscle cramps, feeling lightheaded when he stood up. His doctor explained something simple. Drinks like coffee and tea act as diuretics. That means instead of hydrating you, they actually draw water out of your system. So Walter made a change. He started his mornings with a full glass of water, and throughout the day, he kept a glass nearby and sipped regularly. Within a few weeks, he felt more alert. His digestion improved, and even his joints weren't as stiff. Want to do a quick hydration check right now? Pinch the skin on the back of your hand and hold it for a second. If it snaps back quickly, you're probably well hydrated. If it takes a moment to settle, your body may be running low on water. The good news? This is one of the easiest things to fix. Just keeping water nearby and taking small sips throughout the day can make a big difference in your energy, your digestion, your joint comfort, and even your mental clarity. Don't wait until you feel thirsty, because by then, your body's already trying to catch up. Final thoughts. As we wrap up, take a moment to reflect on these 5 common mistakes. If you've been making any of them, don't worry. It's never too late to start fresh. Whether it's breaking up long sitting times, adding more protein to your meals, getting deeper sleep, building your strength and balance, or simply drinking more water, every small step matters. And here's the hopeful part. Your body is remarkably good at bouncing back. Even if you've had these habits for years, you can start changing your health story today. The secret is staying consistent, because it's those small, everyday actions that add up to a longer, stronger, more independent life. Your health isn't just about avoiding illness. It's about feeling strong, staying mobile, and living with joy for as long as possible. So let me ask you, which of these 5 areas do you need to focus on the most? Have you noticed any changes in your strength, your energy, or how you feel overall? I'd truly love to hear from you. Please leave a comment below. Just share one thing you learned today and how you're planning to put it into practice. Your thoughts mean a lot to me. I read every comment. and they give me the motivation to keep creating videos that support you and your loved ones. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who might need this reminder. Your support helps me continue making content that's here to inform and to inspire. Thanks so much for spending this time with me today, and I truly look forward to seeing you in the next video. Remember, taking care of yourself isn't selfish. It's essential. Just like you wouldn't let your car run on empty, don't let your body run on fumes. It's the small, steady habits that fuel a long, vibrant life. Now tell me in the comments, what's one small change you're going to make for your health starting today? And don't forget to subscribe for more calm, practical tips on living your best senior life.